Hello everyone, Board Game Lawyer here. It's Wednesday evening and I'm in the mood to play a real casual game of Marvel Champions. It's a game from Fantasy Flight Games. So today I've decided to take on the challenge that was issued by the Marvel Champions monthly podcast crew. This is challenge number 15 and it's called Zola's 6 Creations. So how does this challenge work? Well, we're asked to play with our favorite hero, and to do so against Zola with the Sinister Assault Modular Set. Now, the Sinister Assault Modular Set came in the Sinister Motives box. It was one of the modulars that was included in there. And they've asked us to let them know which Sinister Minion was the worst that we dealt with in the game. So today I'm going to play as Captain America. He's not necessarily my favorite hero, but I do like him a lot. He's up there. And I'm going to play with Captain America in aggression because I have an aggression deck that's already built that I've enjoyed playing with here recently. So let's proceed to setup. And always, if you see something that I could have done better, or if you see a mistake that I've made as I go through my playthrough today, don't hesitate to point this out in the comments down below. So let's take a look at Captain America. He's got 2 thwart, 2 attack, 2 defense. He's an Avenger soldier, and he says, I can do this all day. It's an action. Discard 1 card from your hand and ready Captain America. And this is a limit of once per round that you can do this with Cap. But he starts on his alter ego side, so Steve Rogers. He has 3 recovery. He's a shield soldier. He's also a living legend, so we reduce the cost of the first ally played each round by 1. And during setup, it says we can search our deck and discard pile for Captain America's shield and add it to our hand and shuffle our deck. So there's Steve Rogers. He comes into play with 11 hit points. And we're going against Dr. Zola today. So Dr. Zola begins the game with 14 hit points. He has a scheme of 2, an attack of 2. We're playing him an expert as well today. He has a retaliate of 1. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the test subject side scheme and reveal it and shuffle the encounter deck. So we've gone and found our test subjects side scheme, and we'll put that out onto the table here. It says, when defeated, the first player discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until they discard a minion and reveal that minion. It's got 1 hazard icon on it. So there's 2 threat that goes onto the test subjects. So we'll put that onto the table, and then we'll proceed by reading our main scheme. It says, setup, search the encounter deck for Hydra Prison and reveal it. And we'll just stop there. There's more, but we'll just stop there. We'll reveal the Hydra Prison, and it reads, when revealed, each player searches their deck, discard pile, and hand for a hero-specific ally and places it face down beneath this scheme. Place X threat on the scheme, where X is the total cost of all allies beneath it. Each player shuffles their deck. When defeated, remove the scheme from the game and return each ally beneath it to its owner's hand. So our hero-specific ally that we have in Captain America's deck is Agent 13. She costs 3, so we're going to add that 3 to the 1 that's on the Hydra Prison. She's going to be captured. We'll set her over here for now, and we'll place 4 threat on the Hydra Prison. Okay. Then we'll continue with the Island of Dr. Zola. It says that each player searches the encounter deck for a copy of Ultimate Bioservant and puts it into play, engage with them, and shuffle the encounter deck. So here's the copy of the Ultimate Bioservant. He is a schemer of 1, an attacker of 1. He has toughness, and the Ultimate Bioservant says that he gets +1 attack for each attachment on it. So he comes into play with a tough card. We'll add that to him. And that will flip our Island of Dr. Zola, side 1A to 1B. And it reads, it has a forced response after resolving step 1 of the villain phase. Place 1 test counter here. Then if there are 3 or more test counters here, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion, which we have some pretty beefy ones in our deck, is discarded. Put that minion into play, engage with the first player, and remove 3 test counters from the scheme. It begins with 0. It advances when we hit 6. So we'll try to juggle that threat and try to juggle those test counters on Dr. Zola's turn. I think that's everything we need in order to get the game set up and running. short of, well, we'll just go ahead and shuffle our decks real quick. So here's our hero deck. We'll give it a little shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. We'll do the same thing with our encounter deck. Our encounter deck, it's pretty thick actually for an encounter deck. So we'll set it over here. We'll grab some water. Refreshing lemon water. And we'll draw up our hand size of 6. Now again, the setup doesn't take place until after mulligans. So let's see what we draw. Well, we got the Hulk. We are playing aggression today, so we expect to see him. We have Fearless Determination. We also draw melee and Spider Girl. We also draw the Genius card. And one more card is Fusillade. Never pronounced it out loud, I don't think. Fusillade. All right, so what are we going to mulligan off? Spider Girl. Should we keep her around for a while? I don't think so. We do have two resources from Genius, which I'm really glad to see here first thing, because there is a combination in this deck that I just absolutely love. And I really want to get to that card, so I may just do something dumb here and discard all of these cards except for the Genius card to draw up 5 more cards. So we're going to draw, there it is, Hone Technique. Love this card. Combat Training. We've got Heroic Strike. The Power of Aggression. Wow. And we've got Throg. Wow, that's a good hand to begin the game. And then we can go find our Captain America shield as part of our setup. I like this hand. I don't know if I'll be able to play everything, but I do like what I'm seeing. There's some good stuff here. I don't think I got anything I could play Hone Technique with, because let me read this. It has a requirement of 2 mental resources, max 1 per player. Interrupt: when you play an aggression attack event, if you paid for that event using a mental resource, increase the amount of damage that event deals by its printed cost. So we have to pay with 2 mental resources, which we have right over here. We have our 2 mental resources. Oh boy, we got Throg, Combat Training. We could actually just really set up this first turn nicely. Let me see if I can. So let's do Hone Technique. We'll put it on the table. It's going to cost me 3, so we'll use the Genius card, and we'll also use Heroic Strike to pay for that Hone Technique. I also like the fact that I have Combat Training this early, so let's go ahead and add that using our Power of Aggression. And we'll also, let's see, Throg. We'll use him to pay for Captain America's shield, and we'll just get that out on the table immediately as well. So what are these cards that I put out? I put Cap Shield, which says that Captain America gets +1 defense and retaliates of 1. I like that. He also, using Combat Training, says that play under any player's control, max 1 per player, your hero gets +1 attack. So remember, his attack is 2, so it'll be up to 3 now. So that's a nice setup here to begin the game. Some nice upgrades to begin the game. And so the question is do we want to flip over to our Captain America side? It would be nice to get rid of test subjects, but we are going to bring another minion out if we were to do that. But I think getting rid of that sooner than later is probably a good thing. So we'll go ahead and flip over to our Cap side. Exhaust to get rid of these 2 threat on the test subjects. Then we'll discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until we discard a minion and reveal that minion. Let's see who we get. So very first one we get is the Scorpion. He comes into play with toughness. He's villainous. He has a forced response after Scorpion attacks and damages a character. Stun that character. If it's already stunned, deal 2 damage to it. Woo, that's a big minion to get out into the fray this early in the game. Probably, well, it could have been. Well, that was going to come up anyway as a boost card. It's got 3 boosts on it, so regardless, it was not going to be good. So Scorpion's on the table. He has an attack of 3. He's villainous, so he adds a boost card to his attack, and he's tough. I want to forget to add his tough card to him there. So Zola's turn. Not a bad turn for Cap, but also wasn't a bad turn for Zola either. So we'll place our 1 threat and our 1 test counter out onto the island of Dr. Zola. Let's draw up our hand size first to see what we're dealing with on our next turn. Defense. When you take any amount of damage, exhaust Cap America's shield, prevent all that damage. Not bad. We also have the Energy Spear, Super Soldier Serum, the Melee card, ooh, Melee, and another Super Soldier Serum. Let's see how this next turn turns out. So, Zola, I already placed the 1 threat and the counter on there, so Zola is going to attack Captain America. I think I'm going to defend this attack. Remember, too, that I have a 2+1 for Captain America's shield. So we'll draw that boost card, which is a 3. So 3 + 2 is 5. 5 damage from Dr. Zola. And we've deflected 3 of it, so we'll knock 3 off. 1, 2, 3, which takes us down to 8. No, we don't take that much off because we blocked 3. So there we go, 9. So we were at 11, we blocked 3, and we took 2. All right. So the nice thing about Captain America having his shield on himself is that he can retaliate for 1. So we'll retaliate for 1 onto Dr. Zola. The Ultimate Bioservant's going to attack Captain America, so that'll do another damage. So he's now down to 8, but our retaliate will knock the tough card off of the Ultimate Bioservant. And then Scorpion 2 is going to attack. He's going to attack with Villainous. We do have that interrupt defense. When you would take any amount of damage, exhaust Captain America's shield to prevent all of that damage. I like that a lot. So Scorpion is going to attack Captain America for 3. And he only does his force response, it says, and damages a character. So let's see. So he draws a 0, so it's 3 damage plus 0. We're going to exhaust Captain America's shield. Love it. And when you would take any amount of damage, exhaust Captain America's shield, prevent all of that damage. I think we're going to do that. So we'll exhaust the shield, we'll block the 3, we'll do a retaliate, which will knock the tough card off of the Scorpion. And then we will draw our... This was tough because I don't have that ability to really ramp up my melee now. I could have knocked out Scorpion and the Ultimate Bioservant if I didn't use that shield block, but I think we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Yep, we'll be okay. So now we draw our encounter card, and we draw Dr. Octopus. He has an Insight 2, and he's also villainous. After Dr. Octopus activates against you, place 1 threat on each scheme. So now we've got some big-time minions who are also villains out there that we're going to have to contend with. And now more than ever, I wish I had that when I play an attack event, I just don't have the resource that I want for that. So anyhow, here's what we'll do. This might be a short game. It may just be, and that may just be the way it is. But anyhow, so that's the end of Dr. Zola's turn. And I think what I'm going to do is, on my Captain America's turn, just spend 2 resources to put out the Super Soldier Serum. Boy. Ooh, that's tough. This is a tough one. I'm just out of enough resources to be able to do something fun. And with melee, I can't knock anyone out necessarily. And I don't want to waste the Super Soldier Serum, so I'll just spend that Energy Spear and the melee to put out the Super Soldier Serum. And we'll just call this turn a loss. And I will flip to my Steve Rogers side. And I don't even have an ally to put out. So we'll hang on to that Super Soldier Serum. I like it. And we'll ready Captain America, Steve Rogers, and his shield. And so there is no forced response on Scorpion, but there is a forced response over here when he schemes. After Dr. Octopus, oh, and then there was an Incite 2 that I forgot to put out as well. You got to remember that Incite 2 should have placed 2 threat onto the island of Dr. Zola. Okay. So, draw up our hand size of 6. So we've got 1, 2 bug. We've got another hone technique. We've got the shield toss. We've got another shield toss. And we've got Ironheart. Okay, there's our cards going into our next turn. So we place 1 threat and 1 counter on the island of Dr. Zola. 1 threat and 1 counter on the island of Dr. Zola. Dr. Zola is going to scheme for 2 plus 2 is 4. So 4 scheme onto the island of Dr. Zola. And that's going to trigger it to advance. So we'll flip all these off of here. Island of Dr. Zola is complete. Then the Mad Doctor comes out. It says, when revealed, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a minion and reveals it and shuffles the encounter deck. Alright, so let's go find a minion in our encounter deck. And I think I know which one I want. It's the one that's not going to place any more threat on that main scheme, and who will do a quick strike but not an alter ego. So we'll grab the Berserk Mutate and we'll put him out onto the board. And then we'll flip the Mad Doctor, and the text on it reads the same as before. Force response after resolving step 1 of the villain phase. Place the counter here when 3 are there. And then we bring out another minion. So shuffling my encounter deck. So Dr. Octopus is going to scheme. And Dr. Octopus is going to scheme for, let's see, 2, and he's villainous. So we'll draw an encounter card, and after Dr. Octopus activates against you, place 1 threat on each scheme. On each scheme. So we place, well, it's after he activates, so let's let him activate first. So he places 2, and there was 1 that came out on the Mad Doctor. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So we'll place 3 threat onto the Mad Doctor. And then we place 1 on each scheme. So we'll put another one on the Hydra Prison, and we'll put 1 on the Mad Doctor. And then Ultimate Bioservant will put a threat onto the Mad Doctor. So now we're up to 6. And Scorpion is also going to place threat, but he's also a villain. So he places 1 plus 1 is 2. So 2 more threat onto the Mad Doctor, and that may finish us off. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It certainly does. And so Dr. Zola takes round 1 against Captain America. Wow. And that was, in fact, all kinds of brutal. Huh. So what did I do wrong, folks? Did I do anything wrong on that one? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to reshuffle everything. And I'll call this round 1. I'll go ahead and end the video now. And I'll probably go ahead and film another one. And we'll see if Steve Rogers can't do a little bit better against Dr. Zola. So as far as this playthrough is concerned, I want to thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was probably more explanation than it was playing. Next game, I swear I'll just get right into playing if you want to watch the next video. But I want to thank you guys over at the Marvel Champions Monthly Podcast crew for issuing this challenge. And if you'd like to try this challenge for yourself, they are tracking the results, so I'll include a link down below where you can record those results. So thanks for watching this playthrough today, everyone. I hope you have a great week, and I hope to bring you another video sooner than later. Bye now.